All right, Gravel Throat Reviews here, and today I am honored to talk about an amazing artist and one of my favorite new discoveries that I've come across since deciding to make this channel. That artist is Amaya Lopez Caramero, who goes by her intriguing stage name Moth the Moth. Moth the Moth is a classically trained musician born in Madrid, Spain, who is now based out of Edinburgh, Scotland. Her new album is what we are talking about today, and that album is called The Distaff. When I reached out to Maud about doing this album review, she was incredibly warm and kind, and she provided me with some exclusive pictures that were taken during the writing and recording process of this album. So you'll be seeing those pictures throughout this video mixed in with other ones that I found as well. I hope you enjoy them like I did. And without further ado, let's dive into the nuances of this album, The Distaff. The first song on the album is Canto D in Ramada, and this track wastes no time with extended ambient intros or teasers. It jumps right into a massive layered vocal stack that feels urgent and apocalyptic. The vocal melody is accompanied by a set of haunting synth chords that float in the background like an ancient specter. Then, just after the 1 minute mark, we are thrust into the second song called A Temple by the River. This song starts with a massive wall of distorted guitars that are reverbed and cavernous. There's a swaying whistle noise that sounds like a distorted bird call that rises and falls as the track melts into a beautiful silence that is broken only by a distant reverb piano lead and Maud's stunningly beautiful falsettos. She talks about a house by the river that is made of red clay and straw and the similarities between it and her mind and body. This is a beautiful piece. The third song is called Exuviae and begins with some field recordings of a distant bird call paired with some really interesting metallic sounding synth notes that ebb and flow. This combination creates tension and draws you in before some piano chords guide you into the vocal melody. I love the lyrics on this track that read, "The sky splits like spoiled milk while all rests asleep, and I always open uprooted antiques, but inside me there's a crack where the light can never reach. Inside me flows a vein of molten ore gone bitter." Beautiful poetry and songwriting by Moth the Moth here. 3/4 the way through this song, we are gifted with this soul-crushing crescendo that rises as the piano chords become more intense. Then just as your heart is about to explode, the tension defrosts and we're left with these foggy synths and some serene bird calls that previously opened the track before. The fourth track is Burial of the Patriarchs, and this is a track full of weeping piano keys and somber strings that paint a picture of hopelessness and despair. I love the lyrics that read, "Ringless left and burdened right. One steers the oar, one stokes the fire. Word and flame incarnate, a heavy crown. A mouth to feed, a dog to guard the house. Shame spins the wheel, swollen breast heavy with greed, in the holy sisterhood of grief, leaving these weaving hands untamed to bury all your dead, to pour the oil that fuels the lantern, to illuminate the path untrodden." End quote. Beautiful. I mean, this song is so heavy and personal. It's like being inside someone else's mind and experiencing their innermost grief and emotions. And again, incredible songwriting. Moving on to the fifth song, which is Siphonophores. This is another soul-crushing piano ballad that has some haunting and evocative atmospheres that swells and falls as the delicate vocals of Moth the Moth lament a painful existence. And again, we have a brilliant set of lyrics that read, "I'll house a pack of nesting beasts open and honest in my bed. All arms and breath and swirling shores and opium eyelid drops like curtain calls. Mouths filled with grace, hands clenching flesh to feed you all my pain. Skin bears like lace, so bleached and shreds like seaweed drifting looms. Translucent bones, a draining bathtub, a mirror-like lake to wash our bodies, to soil our face." Amazing. The second half of this track has some epic rising synths that bring up the energy as Maud's beautiful falsettos ring out with an airy breath. This part is pure bliss, and it feels like swimming through a cloud with all your worries melting away. Again, another beautiful song here. The sixth song on this album is Despendaperos. If this album was a story, this song would be where all the main conflict unfolds. Tension rises up and up before these huge walls of distorted guitars lurch through the mix like a slow-moving iceberg. I love the vocal layering around the midpoint that comes in just before the distant rim snares fade in and provide some movement as the track builds to another soul-crushing crescendo. This time there is some noisy distortion that gives a metallic, almost industrial feeling. The back end of this track has some dizzying piano arpeggios and more smashing distorted guitars that feel even more epic and colossal than before. This part is utterly spellbinding and compelling. Another incredible track, Chef's Kiss. The seventh song on this record is O Rubor. This one starts with a post-classical feel with gorgeous strings and some supporting synth keys. This track is only 1 minute and 18 seconds long, but it tells its own tale of devastation and relentless heartbreak. This track feels like a palate cleanser to give your ears a break from the piano keys. This is a very smart choice because you never want one particular instrument to go on for too long. This will cause a listener to tune out and likely miss the remaining tracks on the album. This is a brilliant sequencing choice by Moth the Moth. Moving on to the final leg of this journey, we have the final two songs, Fiat Lux and Quasatz Haderbach. Please pardon my pronunciation if I'm saying that wrong. Here we have another swelling and falling of emotions across these two chapters. Fiat Lux has an entrancing instrumental melody that feels like relief at the end of a sad story. The enchanting strings tug at your heart like a lost love. The beautiful operatic falsettos that move with a lush vibrato are again accompanied by walls of distorted guitars that provide a contrasting texture. The subject matter of this song is very dark, and it alludes to images of a crucifixion and to one of childbirth and the cycle of human life. The final chapter of this incredible album is Quasatz Haderbach, and what a payoff this song is, especially the ending. Moth the Moth sees fit to give us another volley of heavenly vocals paired with rising and falling synth strings with little bits of noisy ear candy that fill out the mix with lingering feeling of mystery. I love the vocals that read, 1,000 lives filtered you through porous flesh and still placentas. Pearlescent brow, primordial crown of stars, dissevered, vast and virulent, breeder of chance. So good. The middle of this song is a smooth and delicate transition that cools down your forehead with a moist cloth before you're given something that you've been looking forward to this whole time. A driving little drum rhythm to accompany the rich textures and glistening vocal melodies. This feels like the ultimate return to the present and the human body because now we can feel ourselves moving to the beat. This removes us from the previous emotional cycle of heart-wrench to bliss and lets us stand in the sunlight for a few moments before the story comes to an end. What a brilliant production choice. Mod could have easily just given us track after track of pop rhythms paired with these vivid concepts, but instead she chooses to strip back the armor and expose the raw skin underneath. Lucky for us, her lyrical prowess is rich, deep, and profound, and it's very capable of shouldering this weight. In conclusion, it's pretty clear that I love this album. I love the piano, the strings, the textures of the guitars, the background noise, the bird calls. This album is devastating and gorgeous and dark, very dark. This album takes time to listen to and to soak up, but I'm very confident that if you spend time with this album, consciously thinking about the melodies and reading the lyrics on Bandcamp, you too will experience a deep feeling of peace and gratitude like I did. I am officially giving this album a 9.5 out of 10. This is a brilliant record. Please check out Moth the Moth on Bandcamp and make a purchase to support this one-of-a-kind artist. She's incredibly sweet, kind, and talented and deserving of your attention. You can give her a follow on Instagram to stay informed about her live performances and upcoming releases. Please leave a like and a comment if you can on this video. It helps a lot. It just makes me feel good too, so thank you. And thank you so much to Moth the Moth for an amazing album. Shout out to Moth the Moth. I love you all. Thank you for your time today. This is Gravel Throat Reviews. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.